Hello again to all the above average and no doubt good looking people subscribe to this YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Hemingway Land, DOTCOM, your source for quality, affordable land. This is our preview, our weekly preview of all the properties going live on the website for tomorrow, July the 9th, 2021. Before I get started on that, people, we got properties in Colorado. Oh, we've got some good properties in Colorado. They will not be debuting on the website this week. They will be debuting next week. And I mention this because the plan was to have them go live on the website this week. And some of you may be thinking this is all prelude to me complaining about a title company. In fact, no, not so much. So two properties in Colorado, both in regions we haven't purchased in before. I was doing research in the interest of writing an informative listing page and making a video in which I vaguely sound like I know what I'm talking about. I was doing some research. And the one property is in a region where whenever I read listings about this region, it's always like, you could do anything here. Park an RV, build a yurt, hunt man for sport, anything you want. As I began to research, the county's 300-page zoning ordinance led me to conclude that, in fact, none of that was the case. You can do some things, but you're going to have to get some permits. You're going to have to jump through some hoops. There are some caveats. There are some asterisks. What is the plural of asterisk? I don't know. But the point is, I decided to push both listings to next week because a lot of information to absorb. Anyway, that's my story this week. I would like to blame the holiday. I would like to say, I was with family and friends, enjoying my life. That, however, is false. That is not what was going on. I was reading and researching all weekend, but I need more time. Anyway, so as you can imagine, going live on the website this week will be some properties in a subdivision most of you are probably sick of at this point. Whatever the case, before I get to that, I do want to thank all the people who bought land from us this past week. Interesting week, guys. Interesting week. Sold a handful of properties that are really good properties that I'm surprised didn't sell in a weekend. They've been on the website for some time, but we found buyers for a collection of them all in this past 7 days. So, first off, I want to thank Donnie, who bought that Cibola County property from us. That Cibola County property that whiled away in escrow for 3 months with someone who was pretending they had actual money. Donnie had actual money, gave it to us, purchased the property. Thank you to Donnie. Syed put down a deposit on that Otero County property that we've got outside Tularosa. Thank you to him. Erica and her realtor put down a deposit on the Torrance County property, the one with working water service. I don't know how that sat on the website for 6 months. I don't know how that happened, because not a day of a week goes by that I don't get a call about a property with working water service. So thank you to Erica. And by the way, Erica actually, her agent got us a contract like 10 minutes before somebody put down a deposit on the website. Two people tried to buy this property within 10 minutes of one another. That does not happen very often. Anyway, so thank you to all of them. Thanks to Joshua, who bought some land from us in Socorro County. That word I just said was Socorro, by the way. And returning customers, Nicole and Juan and Marissa, each of whom picked up those new properties from us in Taos County last week. Thank you to all of them. Going live on the website this week, yes, you guess it, guys, more properties in Rio Grande Estates in Socorro County. Now, I will caution all of you who are sick of hearing me talk about this. This will be the last. This is week 14. This will be the last week of new properties in Rio Grande Estates. We have almost entirely exhausted the acquisitions out there. We've got a couple straggler properties. Almost all of them have some kind of thing where I have to do something with the county, so it's going to be a while before any of those get listed. But this is the last of the bulk acquisition. It's also the last of just sort of all the properties we've been buying out there. So week 14, over the past couple months, we have spent over $100,000 acquiring land in this subdivision. Because you guys like these. These tend to sell pretty well. So anyway, with all that said, there's about 20 new properties going live out here this week on the spreadsheet, the handy spreadsheet. I will tell you guys, we've got land in, I think it's units 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, and 16. The real highlights, the ones that I really want to show you guys, start down here toward the bottom of the spreadsheet in unit 14. SCNM 9249WWW. If you're looking for property power at the lot line, if you're looking for property that backs up to the end of the subdivision, so government land on the other side of it, essentially, fencing on the back end, if you're looking for property with highway frontage, all of that you're going to find down here in units 14, 15, and 16. These are all the units that sit south of the highway, and that area is a scooch more developed than the areas north of the highway. So here are the highlights, guys. Let me get on my list. Ba-boom. All right, so this is www. This one sitting down here has power at the lot line. You can see the utility easement running along this road right here. Of course, 1 acre property south of the highway. All the roads out here are pretty easy to access, pretty easy to drive on, so RV friendly. And if you decide to build, you've got power out here. That's number 1. Next, Triple X, the Vin Diesel property. This one also one. The Vin Diesel. What does that mean? Anyway, this one down here, power at the lot line. Ba-boom, right here. So again, easy to access, easy to build on. Next up, why? This one, 3/4 of an acre. Of course, this is defined as a buildable lot, but the real highlight here, the real selling point, is that this one has highway frontage. Legal access is here off the highway. So much like this person or this person, you can carve a pathway in from the highway. Also, if you look, power right here at the lot line. Power servicing a lot of home sites really in this region. Next up, ZZZ. This one down here off of Alameda. This one backs up to the end of the subdivision. No power at the lot line, but of course all of this down here south of the sub is government land, so nobody's going to build on that. You can feel free to explore down there. One of the other benefits, of course, is that the back end of the property, the southern end, is fenced in, so at least you'll know where the property ends at. Anyway, that's ZZZ. Also up, guys, CC, Charlie. Same thing, just a little further down the road here along Alameda. Backs up to the end of the subdivision. Power, again, not at the lot line, but pretty close by. Not this guy, but somewhere else. And finally, Frank. Power at the lot line right up here along the back end of the property. Utility easement. And sitting pretty close to the highway, so very easily accessible in a region where there are some developed home sites. Blah, blah, blah. As I said, if you go to the spreadsheet, guys, if you're looking for anything like what I just described, everything is going to be down here at the bottom, Unit 14 and below. And, you know, there are some other properties I left in the interest of, I don't know, time. There are some properties that I left off this list, but all of these really down here are all in pretty good locations. Power either at the lot line or very close, etc. And what's probably going to happen in the next week is we're probably going to update this spreadsheet because now there's more white properties on it than there are blue. We'll probably update it with another column like notable feature or something. So if it's a corner lot, if it backs up to the end of the sub, south, north, eastern, western end, we will probably make some notation about that. You know, whatever else, highway frontage, you'll probably start to see that on the spreadsheet to help you guys kind of differentiate these things. Anyway, with all that said, guys, that's all for me. It was, I promise you, a busy week, and yet we have very little to show for it, just these new 20 listings. The Colorado properties will be up next week, and as I think I mentioned earlier, one of them backs up to the river. Riverfront property, guys. Riverfront property. Look forward to that. Finally, guys, it's July the 9th, National Sugar Cookie Day. As I mentioned in last week's video, do take advantage, people. Do take advantage. Delicious sugar cookies today, all weekend long. That's all for me, guys. See you in next week's video. Thanks for watching.